Hello there, once again, Santosh from Antonio Bay. Thank you for stopping by the collection room. Today I am taking a look at a few comics I got while I was on vacation. I'm looking at some of the most obscure stuff that I ran across. I highly recommend this stuff, but it is weird. I should say I highly recommend Ultra Klutz. I know less about the Epsilon Wave, and so I'm going to take a look at those first. I got, these are a little bit thinner comics, so they are a little bit more prone to just kind of fold over on me. But I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a look at this Epsilon Wave #1 first. So if you've ever dug through independents and you're into the weird indie scene from the 80s that was black and whites, you may have heard of Epsilon Wave or books like Sea Dragon, or what was some of the others like Halo Jones or Shuriken, or there was a bunch. There was just a bunch from the 80s that were weird little independent books. This Epsilon Wave is from 1985. Welcome to the new independent of Galaxy Comics. You hold in your hands the first of many planned titles to join us in your near future. I don't know how well that panned out. Probably not that great. But it is amazing how all this time later, I will still, this has been a long time. I can still find copies of Epsilon Wave in bargain bins and places. The art would be what would be considered fairly crude, but the coloring was also fairly crude, but it matched. And so it made a nice package. And a book that overall wasn't that bad to look at, considering how it could have been. The lettering looked pretty good. Let's see, did it give us artists? Hand colored by Johnny Parker. That would be why the coloring looks that way. Pencils and inks by Tom Floyd. So that is what you're seeing. Hand colored. I'm not even sure what that means, other than like colored pencils or what. I don't know how you hand color something. Crayons, maybe? It looks to me almost like it's been done with a color pencil of some kind, but I could be wrong. I don't know how they did that. I don't know what would have been available in 1985. The book is just interesting. It's just, you could tell it's a labor of love. Somebody like put a lot of heart into this and tried to come up with a title that they liked. It's certainly its unique appearance and look, and that's just pretty cool. I can't, you could sit and point out how bad it looks, or you could say, oh, it doesn't look very good, or this looks like crap, or the art's not right, or this face looks wrong, the writing is bad, and the page quality is poor, and it's just really light newsprint. You could say all those things, but why? Why would you say that about a comic from 1985 that somebody worked really hard on and tried to make a break into the comic industry? Epsilon Wave, I believe, ran 8 issues. I am not positive. It didn't go real far. Independent Comics #1. Like I said, 1985. How can you be mad at it? Now, I know for 1985, a cover price of $1.75, that was steep. That's asking a lot out of your audience. But these things were not cheap for them to produce at the time. Things were tough. So, where a normal Marvel comic might have run you 60 cents, are you paying a whole lot more to take a gamble on a weird book? Yeah. And that's why some of these I feel like didn't do as well as maybe they would have if they'd had mass market pricing that they could have dealt with. How clever. He takes his glasses off. He's still wearing a mask under that. Very, very cute. And I'm not sure what issue this one is. Oh, number 8. But the art has already improved. It already looks better than it did. Just the scale of everything and the way the shots and the angles that they put and stuff. It already looks more professional than the first one I was looking at. So that's nice to see. I am quite sure that it only ran like 8 issues or something like that. It was not very long. Yeah, I don't know if it ran more than that. Maybe it was 8 or 9. I can't remember. But the fact that it was color at all was pretty interesting. Night Wolf. Anyway, on to something I'm slightly more familiar with, which is Ultra Klutz. This is Ultra Klutz number 12 and 13. These are done by Jeff Nicholson. Or Jeff Nicholas. I can't remember how. Shoot, now I can't remember the name. Nicholson. Jeff Nicholson. And if you look, he's got a little channel on YouTube where he's done some short cartoon animations of these, and they're fantastic. Go check them out if you haven't seen them already. But this was just a comic he created. He does other stuff now. I'm not even sure what all. But these would be 1987. And it's sad that like this didn't take off more than it probably could have. It's basically spoof material of Ultraman, which maybe that was the problem. Ultraman just wasn't that big of a draw in the States. But comedy, violence, goofy art, I liked it. And so anytime I see Ultra Klutz comics, I will always pick them up. I have, I believe, 3 copies of the first issue. They're just something that you need to get. Wow, like a bird right outside my window. Dang, driving me crazy. Anyway, Ultra Klutz and Captain Spaz. As you can tell, it's very amateurish art. And so is the lettering. So is everything about the book. It all feels very, very homemade. It's very light paper, all this stuff. That said, you can tell the guy loved it. You can tell by the way he wrote it and the work he put into it. Like, he really appreciated it. It was a labor of love, as is most independent comics. Because, I mean, why else would they do it? I don't think anybody was getting rich off of indie books, really, except for Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. And maybe everybody was just trying to cash in on that type of success, but I kind of doubt it. I think sometimes people just did it because they loved it. What do we have in here? McKay price stickers. Ugh, well, we don't need those. I've peeled off a cajillion of those. I'm tired of those. You get a synopsis of the story. That is some nose on that guy. Ultra Klutz, the Legion of Annihilators. The art looks like a big step up from the last issue. Like, all the production looks like a big step up from the last issue. The inker is fantastic on this. Got a big assortment of various monsters, and they are trashing everything. Nice. And of course, we just need Ultra Klutz to show up and save the day. Oh yes, I remember the giant guy who's just like a trash can, which I thought was hilarious. Yeah, I'm surprised. The vast improvement of the art in this issue over the last one. Makes me wonder what was up with that. Even this is stylized, but it's looking pretty sharp. Klutz comments. Yeah, that's awesome. Official Ultra Klutz t-shirt. Only $10.99 post-paid. That's so old I don't even know what that means. Anyway, there is some indies from the 80s. Stuff that, I mean, you're only going to find those probably in back bins. And maybe for too much on eBay, but like, don't buy eBay prices. Just go find them somewhere. Somebody out there has got them. They're going to be cheap. Go get them. They're a lot of fun to read. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's my story. Hope you have a good day, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.